Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Spectrum Media, and it's that time of week again. UFC 312 in Sydney, Australia. That's actually where I'm from. And hope you guys are having a good weekend. Last week we got 7 out of 11 right. Got a lot of underdogs correct, but can't believe Izzy lost. I was truly heartbreaking. But without further ado, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Let's get into it. Alright, first fight of the night with a flyweight bout. Hyun Sung Park versus, I don't know how to say his name, Timber Derbel. Both these guys are finishers to the highest level. Park has all wins but one by finish. So he's finished all but one. And same goes with Tumber. He has one split decision loss, which was actually his last fight. But yeah, so anyone could get finished here. But I think Park is a slightly better fighter, slightly more durable. I reckon he gets this done. But who knows, right? Knockout, submission, who knows? But he'll get the finish. Park by second round knockout. Alright, coming up next, we have the first Aussie of the card. It's a lightweight bout. Quillen, I don't even know, Salkid versus Anshul Jubilee. And yeah, the Aussie's making his debut in the UFC. Jubilee is coming off a defeat to Mike Davis. What's his name? I can't remember. I'll remember. I'll bring it. I'll put the name up if I can remember. But Jubilee was dog walking him for 2.5 rounds, and the guy started barking, and yeah, kind of threw Jubilee off his game plan, and Jubilee got knocked out. But yeah, I think the Aussie with a massive reach advantage will get it done. He has a 75-inch reach over Jubilee's 69-inch reach. Both 6 foot even. Jubilee with a record of 7-1. I reckon Sarkis just wrestles him and ground and pound. Or you know what? Maybe even submits him in the second round. If I was a betting man, I would definitely go with Jubilee, as he is, I think, a 5-1 underdog. So you put $5 on him. No, you put $1 on him, you win $5. So yeah, I would go for Jubilee if I was a betting man, but I reckon Salkid takes it. Moving on, we have a welterweight bout. Jonathan Miklev making his UFC debut. He's still got a black and white picture versus the French / Aussie New Zealander Kevin Jousset. Kevin, I don't know much about Miklev, but I know Kevin Jousset trains with Israel Adesanya down at City Kickboxing. He's pretty much like a knockoff. Izzy, fights the same way, does everything the same. He's coming off a defeat to Brian Battle, which actually isn't a bad loss. Brian Battle is actually a pretty good contender, pretty good unranked fighter. Was he ranked? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he was unranked, but he's a pretty good fighter. So yeah, I'll take Jousset by decision. Coming up next, we have a lightweight bout. Two Asians, Ru Rong versus Cody Steele. I guess Cody Steele's an American. They both have identical stats, you could say. Not stats, but height-wise, reach-wise, weight-wise, all the exact same, except age being on Cody Steele's side, senior of 5 years to Rong. Yeah, Rong is coming off a second round knockout defeat versus the undefeated Cody Steele. Cody Steele, if you don't know this guy packs a lot of heat in his strikes, a lot of heat. So I reckon he gets it done in one first round knockout by Cody Steele. Alright, coming up next, we made it into the prelims. We have Colby Thicknessi versus Alexandre Topuria. So there's actually a crazy backstory to this fight. Colby is actually Volkanovski's main training partner. And come on, Topuria, you can only guess whose brother is that. Exactly, he's Ilya Topuria's older brother. So Yeah, so this is Volk's main training partner versus Ilya's older brother. And I guess Ilya Taporia, he's saying his older brother's better than him in any and everywhere. But, obviously that's what brothers say. Alexander Taporia has a defeat, as you can see, 5-1. He's lost to a can on the regional scene. Colby has destroyed cans on the regional scene. This is my underdog of the pick. What the fuck did I say? Underdog of the card. We're Colby. What the hell? Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't speak. We are going for Colby Thicknessy by a decision. Taken by a second round knockout. Up next, we have a women's flyweight bout. Wang Kong, Bruno Brazil. Trust me on this, guys. Second round knockout for Wang Kong. Lock it in. Put in your parlays. Lock it in. That's a guaranteed lock. Easy money. Let's get this. Alright, coming up next, we have a lightweight bout. The Aussie Tom Nolan, 8-1 versus Borshev, 4-8. What the fuck? 8-4-1. Borshev is actually a pretty decorated striker. Tom Nolan, although his UFC debut did not go his way big time, he got stopped in the first round by Motor. His next fight he did win, beat Dominic Reyes' brother. I actually think the Aussie takes it. This is another underdog pick. Put it in your parlay. Don't actually put it in your parlay. It's just money line. Tom Nolan 2-1. Bet $100, you win 200. Win an extra 100. Why not? Put Tom Nolan in. We got this. Coming up next, we have a featherweight bout. Another Aussie in Jack Jenkins, 13-3 versus Gabriel Santos, 11-2. And honestly, when I first saw Jack Jenkins, I was not impressed by him at all. But coming into UFC, he's done pretty well. He's done really well, actually. Just 1 defeat to 2 wins, I believe. And I don't know if it's my Aussie patriotism coming through, but I think Jack Jenkins will get it done. I genuinely don't know if I'm picking because he's an Aussie or it's because I actually think he can win. So don't trust my pick on this one, but we are going for the near 3-1 underdog in Jack Jenkins and second round knockout. Coming up next, we have another Aussie in Jake Matthews versus Francisco Prado. And Jake Matthews 20-7, Prado 12-2. We're actually going for the underdog in Prado, not the Aussie this time. So maybe I'm not a patriot. Definitely lock in my last pick. Who the hell? I have short-term memory loss. It was Jack Jenkins. Yep, lock in Jack Jenkins. He's taking it. He's the underdog to double your money easy. But I'm actually going for the underdog in this fight as well in Prado. I think Jake Matthews is just too inconsistent. He can kill Godzilla, but he would lose to a strawweight. Coming up next, we have a light heavyweight bout. In Jimmy Crute, the Aussie, 12-4-1. And Bellato, 12-2. Coming into the UFC, Crute was heavily hyped. People were saying this is the guy to dethrone John Jones, but yeah, he hasn't won a single fight in the last 4 years. Getting submitted by Meadowfield, knocked out by Anthony Smith, knocked out by Jamal Hill. Crute just doesn't have what it takes. And again, we are not picking for the Aussie. We're going against the Aussie. We're going for Bellato by first round knockout. Coming up next, we have a heavyweight bout. Justin Tafa, 7-4, 1-0 contest versus Taliesin Teixeira, 7-0 undefeated. Let's not be stupid here. Let's go for Teixeira by second round knockout. Coming up next, we have a women's strawweight bout. The co-main event. Zhang Weili, 25-3 versus Tatiana Suarez, 11-0. Perfect record, undefeated. And finally, we are on to fights that people actually care about. The hardcores and the casuals actually care about these. The last 2 fights, legit. The rest of the card, you have to kind of be a hardcore to know who they are. Holy shit. Alright, I just fell asleep. I just woke up from a nap. A 5-hour nap. Alright, let's get into it. So, Weili Suarez. Whaley's actually opening up as the underdog. For some weird reason, Suarez hasn't fought the level of competition Whaley has. And she's somehow the favourite, so bet the house on Whaley by decision. And last but not least, a middleweight bout. The main event, Dricus du Plessis, 22-2 versus Sean Strickland, 29-6. I believe Dricus actually does have the highest finishing rate as a champion. It might be Pereira actually. It's out of those two, their finishes to the highest caliber. And we have Sean Strickland, a jab merchant, split decision winner. Oh my god, I just woke up from the nap and my head is so much clearer. The post-nap clarity goes crazy. In their first fight, Sean Strickland was actually doing really well up until he got cut by Dricus du Plessis by a punch. I know Sean Strickland, he likes to deny and say it was a headbutt. It was a clear punch that cut him. That's why I'm taking Sean Strickland by decision. He also does have Alex Pereira in his corner. And Alex Pereira, he's beat Jiri Prochazka 2 times by knockout. Jiri, I wouldn't say he's a similar style fighter to Dricus, but like they're both kind of awkward and unorthodox. He would most definitely see holes in Dricus du Plessis striking and will expose him. And yeah, it's not bad having a two weight division kickboxing world champion in your corner anyways. That's the reason I'm taking Sean Strickland by decision. Well, that concludes all the picks for the card. If you agree with my picks or disagree, let me know in the comments who you think will win. And looking forward to this card. I give this card a 3 out of 10. It's got 4 ranked fighters, which is both the champion fights, which kind of suck, but a lot of good Aussie talent being shown here. But here's my official picks. Let's see how well we do after the fight. See ya.